Hello, everyone, and welcome back to your Office Systems and Management. This is still your professor, Mr. Kit Anthony A. Ramos, and for this session, we'll be talking about Office Manager. Okay, so as we start this discussion about the office manager, it is imperative and significant for us to define what is an office manager. So, an office manager is an individual who is in charge of an office and whose function is to organize and control the activities of the office. So, from the word itself, manager, he or she is the one who manages the office, no, most especially sa kanilang mga administrative functions, no, sa kanilang mga activities which are intended to attain their goals. That person also extracts the work from the subordinates in order for them to achieve organizational goals. As we all know, syempre, hindi kayang tumakbo ng isang opisina gamit lamang ang effort ng nag-iisang tao, no? So, definitely the moment na ikaw ay maging office manager, you will be needing help no from other persons, most especially your colleagues in your office, so that you will be able to achieve your organizational goals. Okay, so with the cooperation of your fellow employees or your fellow, I don't know, fellow members of the office, definitely your collective effort will result to to achieve in achieving organizational goals. So let's go ahead and take a look into the qualifications of an office manager. So three qualifications that has been set no in the slide. So the first one will be the education and the practical training. So an office manager will be effective and will be efficient if that person have appropriate educational qualifications. Of course, no, paano ka makaka-lead ng opisina kung hindi mo naman alam no, or hindi ka nakapag-aral about your about that specific specific business or specific activities, no? So preferably, that person, yung office manager na tinatawag natin, hangga't maaari, hindi lang sana bachelor's degree ang meron siya no, in that relevant discipline. Kasi nowadays, no, most especially whenever you're dealing with clients, with your customers, no, it is also important to be proficient in languages. No? So it will be beneficial for an office if that person is proficient in English and in one or more foreign languages. Kasi syempre, the moment na makipag-interact ka and makipag-transact ka with other persons, most especially sa mga mga kliyente or mga partners sa iba't ibang mga bansa, you will be needing no the medium, which is their language. Okay, so the office manager must also have special training, no, most especially in business administration, no, in accounting, office systems and procedures, office machines, and data processing methods, because these are the important things, no, in running office and or in running business. Okay, so that's the first qualification. That person must, syempre, no, attain yung yung education and practical training requirements natin. Second is experience. So that person should have sufficient business experience, preferably in a similar organization as the one employing him as office manager. Kasi nga, syempre, it will be the training ground, no? So ito yung pamantayan natin na, okay, handa na itong taong ito na maging office manager. The moment, syempre, di ba, titignan mo yung kanyang experience for the past years, makikita mo ron at mapapatunayan mo ron na ready nga siya, no? And this will enable the office manager to get familiar with the routines, no, or routines or procedures ng organization. Siyempre, the moment na no, na i-assume nung tao yung kanyang position as office manager, it is already no, it's already expected that that person will be dealing with problems, will be dealing with issues, at paano niya ito masosolusyonan at paano niya ito matutugunan. That is through experience. Na before, naramdaman niya na at naranasan niya na kung paano magresolba ng mga problema kagaya ng mga pinagdaraanan niya, no? Or pagdaraanan niya in the coming in the coming situation. Okay? So that's the second qualification. That person must have an experience. And third, that person must possess no yung desirable personal qualities. So the main task of the office manager is to get the office work done by personnel of the office efficiently and economically. So paano niyo ma-achieve yung paano niyo ma-achieve yung ganung objective? So dapat syempre ang taong i-assign for that specific position or to be an office manager is one that can organize, no, that can inspire and that can lead the staff under him. No, paano syempre siya paano siya makakapag-lead or paano niya i-steer, no, yung will towards success kung yung mga tao ay hindi naman siya pinagkakatiwalaan, no? Paano siya bigyan ng ano, nabibigyan siya ng pagkakataon na makapag-lead kung yung kanyang mga staff ay ayaw namang sumunod, no? So again, some personal qualities that are desirable will be the one no, na merong organizational skills, no? Kaya mag-inspire and kaya mag-lead ng staff under him. No? So that person also must ano no, must try to understand the ability and attitude of each individual worker and delegate work to them accordingly. Kailangan alam niya, kilala niya dapat yung kanyang mga tauhan. Bakit? Siyempre, how will you be able to unleash the full potential of your ano of your staff if say for example, hindi mo naman sila kilala, no? Siyempre dapat if you are an office manager, that person no or you being an office manager must always ano no, must always do your best para maintindihan ninyo sino at ano nga ba itong taong ito. No? So that the moment na ano no, the moment that you will be confronted in delegating the task, alam mo kung saan sila ilalagay one by one. Okay? So for this, of course, no, the office manager must also possess a number of personal qualities na ano no na pinag-usapan natin kanina. Kaya halimbawa ng leadership, no? Yung sound judgment, sense of justice, fair play, impartiality, sincerity, understanding of human nature, tact, and persuasiveness, no? So bakit important ito? It's simply because the moment that you will be confronted in a situation wherein you will be deciding, kailangan maliwanag no yung isipan ng office manager at talagang ginagawa niya ito for the efficiency at saka for the effectivity ng ginagawa ng office. Kasi medyo ano no, medyo magkakaroon tayo ng problema. Say for example, if ano no, if a person will be delegated or will be appointed as an office manager, tapos ano siya no, partial siya, no? Meaning meron siyang kinikilingan, meron siyang favorite, halimbawa kung tawagin ano, medyo magkakaroon tayo ng problem diyan. Bakit? No, it's simply because maaari hindi magkaroon ng sound judgment no when it comes to dealing with such a situation. Maaari nakikita niya lang ay tama no yung mga nangyayari doon sa opisina, wala siya nakikitang mali simply because no paborito niya halimbawa yung isang empleyado dahil nga siya yung inatasan niya, wala siya nakikitang mali. And if you will be confronted in that situation, how will you be able to extract the proper solution into your problem as an office manager? Siyempre, mahihirapan ka niyan no? And that the moment that you will have partiality when it comes to judgment and even in dealing with your employees, you will not have a sound judgment, no? So mahihirapan ka niyan na ano no, mahihirapan ka niyan na itama yung pagkakamali. Most especially the time na hindi mo ano no, hindi mo nakikita kung ano nga ba yung kamalian sa office mo. So an effective office manager again, no, must possess the following qualities. Kailangan meron siyang qualities ng leadership. Marunong dapat siyang mag-lead, no? Kasi baka mamaya ang ginagawa niya lang ay dikta lang ng dikta without knowing the proper situation, no? Lagi na sinasabi na ano no na okay ang lahat. Kasi sa totoo naman hindi naman talaga okay ang lahat, no? And that's the reason kung bakit kailangan din natin magkaroon ng ano no ng capability to render sound judgment. Okay? It will also give you again the sense of justice, no? Kasi baka mamaya yung mga empleyado mo ayaw na sa simply because meron kang kinikilingan, no? Meron kang ano no, meron kang binibigyan ng importansya na kapag ito yung nakiusap, automatic okay na ang lahat, no? Pag itong empleyado na ito, parang panggigigilan, no? Syempre, magkakaroon ka diyan ng problema sa mga empleyado mo. Worse, maari akala mo okay lang ang lahat pero sinusumpa ka na pala, no? Behind your back as an office manager at hindi natin gusto yun. Di ba? Di ba sinasabi nga natin ng mga nakarang sessions natin, it's important syempre na maging ano no, confident at maging magaan ang trabaho. And how will that happen? Syempre, if makikiano tayo no, if makikibagay tayo at makikisama tayo on our ano no, on our colleagues, no? Hindi porket ano ka no, hindi porket ikaw ay office manager ay ikaw na yung hari or reyna, no? So syempre, it's a team effort that will give you success. Okay? So if again, no, such qualities such as fair play, impartiality, sincerity, understanding of human nature, tact, and persuasiveness, no? So let me also give you an emphasis on understanding of human nature kasi guys, ito yung karaniwan na nakakalimutan ng ano no ng mga empleyado, ng mga office manager, which is ano no, understanding na tao lang din ang makasamahan niya, no? Tao lang din yung mga staff under him or her, no? Kasi 'di ba, you will notice ang gusto may mga office managers ang gusto nila ay matapos ang trabaho. Walang problema doon, no? Pero ang may problema tayo, the moment halimbawa na akala na natin sa kanila ay robot, na kayang ano no, tuloy-tuloy magtrabaho ng walang pahinga. No, syempre, the moment that you will be an office manager, it is imperative no na ipa kita or ano na magbigay ng task and responsibilities na kakayanin talaga nila on a specific period of time. Kasi baka mamaya pinapatapos mo na yung gawain pang isang buong taon sa loob lang ng isang araw. Syempre bibigay din yung katawan ng iyong ano no, ng iyong workers, no? So it's also important again to understand human nature as we are saying earlier. All right. So in order for us to build deeper understanding in the functions of an office manager, I've already indicated there four no functions of an office manager. So this will include the managerial functions, supervisory functions, personal functions, and the duties to the management. So let's discuss this one by one. So everyone, always remember that an office manager is said to be the administrative head of office. No, that person's duty is to manage the entire affairs of an office. Siya, yung tinatawag din natin na administrative in charge, no? So, being administrative in charge, that person is expected to perform the following functions. So, ano po ito? Siyempre, that will include the planning, the planning, no, of the work to be performed beforehand. The pag-forecast ng mga future demands based on the past records, kailangan alam yun ng office manager natin that the previous situations, no, ito yung nangyayari. Third, organizing the activities of the office, no, na kung saan it is intended in achieving our goals, no, as an office, no, or as an organization. Next will be coordinating the activities of various departments para iisa lang ang ano no pagkumpas ng ano no ng kanilang mga departments tungo sa kanilang goal, no? That will be fifth, no, executing the policies and programs of the management to be implemented as well, communicating various policy decisions to the functional managers, designing and implementing new systems and procedures. Kasi baka mamaya, yung mga previous system na ginagamit and procedure ay hindi na pala akma on the contemporary on the contemporary times ng ating opisina. Next will be reviewing system and procedures periodically and effecting changes in them. Kasi it is also connected dun sa nasabi natin kanina. Kasi syempre, ang binabanggit natin na permanente lang dito sa mundo ay pagbabago at wala tayong magagawa doon. As time goes by, ang nangyari, nagbabago yung mga kliyente natin, nagbabago yung yung proseso natin, nagbabago ang lahat. At paano tayo makasabay doon? That is by reviewing the systems and the procedure. Okay? So let's go now to the supervisorial functions. So with that, you will notice na ito yung mga activities na binabanggit for supervisory functions. So it's also, as I've mentioned earlier, the prime duty of an office manager is to extract the work from the subordinates. So, paano siya magkakaroon ng supervisory ano nga ba yung kailangan niya gawin as supervisor? Ito po yun, no? So, dividing and allocating the work among the subordinates based on their specialization. So, as mentioned earlier, you will be able to extract the full potential of your subordinates or your employees if you know the qualifications and the specializations of your subordinates. So you will be able to divide and allocate the work among your subordinates if you know their specializations. Kasi baka mamaya, no, ulitin ko lamang, it's important to know the subordinates, no? Kasi kapag hindi mo sila kilala, how will you be able to extract yung mga karapat-dapat no, doon sa posisyon? Kasi baka mamaya, you are clouded, no? With a judgment lamang na, ay, ito, favorite to ni ganito, no? Or ito, magaling daw ito, sinabi halimbawa ni ganito, sinabi halimbawa ni mayor, ni congressman, or so on and so forth. Siyempre, mahihirapan ka dyan kung hindi mo naman talaga kilala yung empleyado. So again, in dividing and allocating the work for office managers must always be based on their specializations at hindi lamang hearsay. Second, ensuring that the work is carried out as per determined schedule. Kasi syempre, the moment na mag-go against kayo sa schedule na sinet ng inyong organization, maaring maapektuhan yung mga susunod or succeeding na activities. So it's important that the supervisor or the office manager must ensure that the work is carried out, no, as predetermined by the schedule. Next, exercising regular control over the quantity and quality of the work done by the subordinates and also ensure punctuality so that you will be able to stick with a predetermined schedule. Fourth, providing adequate stationery and supplies and controlling their usage. No? Ito yung karaniwan ng sakit ng mga karaniwan na office manager no, na ang dami nilang gusto na ipagawa sa kanilang mga empleyado, wala naman silang supplies, wala naman silang resources na magagamit. No, ang halimbawa, let me give you an example. Paggawa halimbawa ng report, paggawa ng mga ng mga presentations, wala namang binibigay na gamit. No? So, how will you be able to attain such situation if hindi mo na notice yan? So, it's important for the office manager to supervise the resources na kailangan for a specific for a specific activity or for a specific goal. Next, arranging for appropriate equipment and maintaining them in proper working conditions. Imagine, halimbawa ang employee ay nagtatrabaho pero wala naman siyang proper working condition, wala siyang magamit na equipment, wala siyang magamit na machine. Will you expect quality result? No, syempre hindi. So you will be able to do that if you will be having the appropriate equipment and you will be able to maintain them for proper working condition. And last, that person or the office manager must maintain the office well organized, clean, and tidy kasi mas nakaka-entice na magtrabaho the moment, syempre, no, na maayos ang kanilang working station. So those are your supervisorial functions by the office managers. Siyempre, also, as mentioned earlier, we have the personal functions. So when we say personal functions, ayan po yan. So, siyempre, at times, the manager will also act as human relations officer for his or her own department. No? So, how will you be able to ensure high degree of accuracy and efficiency at work? So that person, syempre, must have efficient subordinates. Kasi kapag hindi efficient ang subordinates mo, hindi effective ang subordinates mo, you will not expect a higher degree of accuracy and efficiency at work. So for that purpose, that person or the office manager is expected to do the following duties. One, recruit or hire skilled workers for the departments. Second, that person must also arrange for training and development programs for the subordinates to upgrade their knowledge. Kasi kung gusto mo nga na continuous ang improvement ng iyong mga empleyado or ng mga iyong tauhan sa baba ng iyong organization, kailangan patuloy rin ka nilang training at development programs. Kasi the moment na hindi mo sila hayaan or bigyan ng training and development programs, you can expect na ma-stuck sila sa previous knowledge nila. Third, conducting staff appraisal interviews periodically kasi kagaya nga ng binabanggit natin the moment na na mag-hire ka, no, the moment na mag-hire ka ng mga empleyado, hindi naman yan hinire or hindi naman yan nag-apply simply because gusto nila magtrabaho. Sino ba naman ang gusto magtrabaho lang? No, syempre nag-apply yan ng trabaho, it's simply because meron silang gustong kitain. Meron silang pamilyang binubuhay. And how will you be able to how will you be able to sustain their motivation? And that is by syempre conduct staff appraisal interviews, no? So that you'll know kung ito bang taong ito ay karapat-dapat for an increase kasi syempre ulitin ko, no, hindi nagtatrabaho ang mga tao for the love of duty. Nagtatrabaho ang mga tao simply because meron silang pamilyang binubuhay at meron silang meron silang pangangailangan na kailangan tugunan. Okay? Fourth, measuring the work of subordinates through appropriate methods kasi baka mamaya, no, halimbawa, ang iyong empleyado ay ang iyong empleyado ay expected na maglinis ng ng opisina. Pero ang method na ginawa mo para ma-measure mo yung work niya halimbawa ay mag-create ng PowerPoint presentation. So that is not an appropriate method. So will you be able to assess kung tama nga ba or effective nga ba yung kanyang subordinate? Of course, the answer is no. So the moment halimbawa na ang trabaho niya ay maglinis, you must have appropriate methods para ma-check kung talaga nga bang nalinis na ng maayos. Okay? So next will be fixing up remuneration for the staffs and devising methods for suitable compensation. It's also connected sa binabanggit ko kanina kasi again, hindi nagtatrabaho ang mga tao simply because gusto nila ng trabaho. Nagtatrabaho ang mga tao simply because meron silang pamilyang binubuhay, meron silang pangangailangan na kailangang tugunan. And you must be able, as an office manager, you must be able to fix up remuneration if you would want to to have employees na magtatagal sa iyo. Kasi baka mamaya na-realize mo na ang daming mga taong umaalis ng aking ng aking kumpanya, bakit kaya, no? Without knowing na syempre itong mga taong ito ay meron din gustong ano no marating sa buhay at hindi maaalis yung mga taong yan if say for example na ano nila no nararamdaman nila that they are being compensated properly, no? Kasi the moment halimbawa na hindi sila ano no, hindi sila mabigyan ng pagkakataon na ano no, hindi sila mabigyan ng pagkakataon para magkaroon ng sahod na karapat-dapat for them, syempre hindi sila ano no, hindi sila mag-stay. Okay? That person also deals with the matters as regards indiscipline. Okay? So also the moment syempre na hindi naman maging okay ang empleyado, it's important syempre na ma-call yung attention nila. And counseling and settling the disputes among the subordinates to the possible extent. Hindi yung ikaw pa yung manggagatong, hindi ikaw pa yung mangchichismis sa ano sa yung mga kasamahan na ano no na si ganito daw ay merong ganito, si ganito daw ay merong ganon. Hindi po. No, as an office manager, it's important that you will be giving counseling and settling the disputes. Hindi ikaw yung gatongero or gatongera into the possible extent. Kasi the moment na ginawa mo yan, syempre, pag hindi okay ang empleyado mo, hindi mo rin expect na magiging maayos ang kumpanya mo. Okay? So those are the ano, no, personal functions related to being an office manager. And last, being an office manager, it's expected that you will also be working for the management, hindi lang naman syempre sa mga tao. So the duties to management, syempre, sabi nga natin kanina, the office manager is a functional head of the department. So that person also acts as staff expert to the top management and it offers advices no on various policy matters relating to office. So, syempre, yung management naman natin karaniwan hindi dapat yan bumababa. Not unless, syempre, micromanager yung ating ano no, yung ating mga tao dun sa taas. Pero commonly, hindi naman ano no, hindi naman bumababa yung management. So, sino ang kanyang inaasahan? Syempre yung office manager natin. So, with that, ito yung mga following functions and duties na in-expect from that person. So, one, the provision of information that is needed to ano no to make policy decisions. Kasi itong taong ito karaniwan ito yung nakakasalamuha ng mga tao or mga ano no mga empleyado sa baba ng organization. Second, support and implement the policies of the top management. Siyempre, in order for us to attain the goal that has been set by the company or the management, siyempre, yung decision and policies ng top management must be given to them. Third, report the problems to the management which are beyond his limits. Kasi baka mamaya hindi ano no, hindi naman na niya kaya, kailangan syempre mag-report sa management ano yung kailangan gawin. Fourth, identify the problems in the implementation of the policies and report them to the top management as well for remedial action. And last, to handle mails and fix up appointments on behalf of top managers kasi karaniwan, ang mga top managers natin ay hindi na po kaya makipag-meeting. Okay? So, the following also are the qualities of a good manager. No? So, ito po yun, organizing ability, dynamic leadership. That person must also be innovative, the ability to delegate, development of personnel, forward-looking, and also possess the highest level of integrity. And that's it for our discussion about the office manager. Again, thank you very much for attending the session, and I hope to see you all on our succeeding one.